DK.
And you're watching episode 30 of Gear65, the weekly gadget show where we show you a brand new gadget every single week. This week we're taking a look at the Samsung Jet. brand new TouchWiz UI phone by Samsung. So this is the Samsung Jet, alright?
Right.
And before we carry on any further, we just want to point out that this phone is not a smartphone. Repeat after me, not a smartphone, okay?
It looks like a smartphone, it feels like a smartphone, but it
runs
just
like
isn't a smartphone.
It's not a smartphone. You can't install applications inside that. You cannot create applications in the first place for this particular device. Right. And don't expect that to ever happen to change in the future, because really the way that Samsung is making their phones, it's not possible for them to actually do that.
Okay.
Alright, so not a smartphone, okay? Not a smartphone. Let's go through very quickly some of the hardware features that you might actually be interested in. 3.1-inch OLED display. We'll show off the display later, it's really amazing. Okay, your standard keys are down here. This is the menu button as well as the task manager button.
Right.
Now we're mentioning this because in the past this used to be the back button on a TouchWiz phone.
Yes.
Okay, the back, 5.0 megapixel camera with autofocus as well as dual LED flash. So that's pretty amazing. Speakerphone is right here, the loudspeaker, and
you
a
can see
really
the
nice,
design,
yeah,
very
really nice
beautiful,
texture design.
Fingerprint magnet.
But it's a fingerprint magnet. Yeah, I love this actually. It's really nice. Okay, this is the camera shutter button, and this is the motion gate button, which we won't talk about actually. Really, this is supposed to be when you press and hold this is some kind of fancy motion kind of. There's accelerometer inside there. Yeah, you're supposed to use the accelerometer to launch applications, do stuff.
It's a full interface, but it's not feasible at all.
It's not. It's a novelty lah. You won't really use it, alright? So camera flap.
My problem is that the camera shutter button and the motion gate button is very close to each other. You tend to press the wrong one.
I'm okay with it actually, because I feel that at least they differentiated the buttons, but you know, mileage may vary. Okay, this is the lock button, okay, and which you find on most TouchWiz phone, the lock unlock button. Right. 3.5mm headphone jack as well as a micro USB port, both charge and data. And 3.5mm means you can plug any headphone inside there, not just theirs, which is good. Front-facing camera, proximity sensor. Let's turn this baby on. Alright, so the first thing I want to show off is something called...
Beautiful screen.
Yes, the screen is amazing, right? Really colorful. Oops, I want to show you something called Smart Unlock, right? So what it actually allows you to do is that, for example, if I just write something, say letter B, right? B, it will just automatically launch the web browser because I pre-programmed it to launch something. So you can actually assign, you know, any letter of the alphabet to applications that's actually inside it, and it will just launch the moment you do that.
So it's fully customized.
Yeah, it's really cool. And since we're at the web browser, let's talk about some of this phone, right, in terms of internet. This thing is actually a 3G phone. Is it a 3.5 phone?
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5G phone. And the first TouchWiz UI phone that has Wi-Fi.
Wow.
So it's amazing.
That's an achievement.
Yeah, so it actually has Wi-Fi inside there compared to all the previous, the Pixon, the Ultra Touch and all that. They don't have Wi-Fi, and we don't know why. They finally fixed it. I guess it's something that needs to be fixed. Oops, let me unlock the phone. Alright, so let's go in right now, straight away to...
The web browser, they call it Dolphin.
Yeah, they call it Dolphin browser. It's actually the same browser as the previous TouchWiz, just improved greatly.
Right.
Alright, so we're going to twitter.com right now. Okay, so it's the usual stuff, right? You can actually do this kind of stuff. And if you actually go to, let's type, for example. Okay. Now this is the new keyboard on TouchWiz UI.
Yes.
The thing that we had a lot of problem with last time, they always complained that why we didn't. I didn't really like TouchWiz UI, to be honest. And but now because of the keyboard. Okay. They fixed the keyboard a lot, right? So they put the space key right here and they put the T9 key right here. They separated it. They separate a lot of the keys, and they changed the screen from a capacitive screen to a resistive screen. So, and Samsung has been very weak with capacitive screens because they can't really figure it out that well. Yeah, and they finally, with a resistive screen, you can actually type a lot better. Alright, so you can actually just. Let me show you the full keyboard, right? So you rotate and you have a full keyboard, and I actually like the keyboard, especially ever since now that you changed it to a resistive. You can actually have some sort of a tactile feedback. Now, if you haven't noticed already, okay, let me just type it. What's the number? 1, 2, 3, 65. Now, if you haven't already noticed, right, when I press a key, you notice that it actually shows it at the side.
Yeah. Actually, I would prefer it to be on the top, but the side is alright.
I like it actually, because it kind of shows you it doesn't cover anything. And,
True.
Mileage may vary lah. DK doesn't like it, I like it. So, okay, and then done. So loading Tech65. This browser actually supports Flash.
Yep.
Yeah. However, as all the previous phones that we showed off in the past few episodes, the N97 and the i8 910 HD,
the Flash experience is not that great yet.
yeah, it's really not that great. This one is actually worse than the other two. Yeah, it can't really load the Flash really properly.
I think they need to upgrade the firmware.
Yeah, it's always about upgrading the firmware. But
yeah. Show them the zoom.
Yeah, the zoom. I really like the zoom actually. So they don't have multi-touch, right? Because you know this is resistive screen and all that. But they have something that they call it a one-touch zoom, which I think is really well done. So just all you have to do is just press and hold. Oh, sorry, I'm pressing on the Flash. Okay, so you just press and hold. Hold on, press and hold, and as you move up, it actually zooms in and out. Yeah, it's actually really smart. I really like it.
Right, it's better than HTC circular.
Yeah, circle thing. Yeah, it's very intuitive actually. You just press and hold, and you just zoom out. Yeah, and it's quite well done.
Right.
Yeah, so the browser is actually quite good. I actually like the browser, and with the improved keyboard, really, I really have nothing much to complain. Except one thing. Okay, accelerometer is inside. So when you actually rotate here, the screen will rotate towards the left, right? Logical, right? So, but
if you rotate the other side,
rotate to the other side. It doesn't, it still goes to the left. I don't understand this, right? This problem has been around since the Ultra Touch. The Ultra Touch was several months ago. You'd think that they come out with version 2.0, they would have fixed the problem, right?
They forgot.
I mean, yeah, it's a pretty serious bug actually.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just strange. Right? I don't really understand. So that is the web browser. It's good. Other than that strange accelerometer part, it's a pretty good browser.
Right.
And then, so we're talking about multitask, right?
So you just press the middle button, the main menu?
Yep, so you press and hold. There you go. So you can actually go between the main menu, or over here we have the music library, so you can see the music library. Okay, or you can actually press and hold. Let's go to the menu, for example. Menu, and we can take a look at video player. So yeah, they improved it quite a bit. The task manager makes it very useful for you to launch several applications at the same time. You can control your music player, surf the internet at the same time, and you can switch between them quite quickly. Okay, and they actually improved. They did something with usually when the Samsung phone has feedback, right, vibrates a bit. When you actually scroll up and down, right, with multiple menus, they will actually kind of like vibrate a little bit, so it feels like you're moving up.
That's the end.
We want to show off the LED screen, and we're going to do it with this particular video. This is really amazing. Let me just rewind it all the way to the start. This is really amazing. This video is a 640x480 DVD.
Right.
You can already hear. Yeah. The image quality is really beautiful.
Yeah,
the colors are really strong.
It looks better than the real thing now.
Yeah, we're sitting right here at the spot where we recorded the video in Starbucks Coffee, right? And we much rather look at this. Okay, not that one. This, than what we're actually seeing in real life. It's just amazing. So yeah, we really like the screen and all that. Yeah.
And you notice the loading of video is very fast.
Yeah, the loading of video is very fast. Yeah, it's 800 megahertz. Yeah, and a lot of multitasking features for a smartphone. They actually now they have actually 3 panes of menus. So they spread all the applications out, and of course, Microsoft Exchange support. This is the first non-smartphone that I know of that doesn't have that has Microsoft Exchange. So it's really cool, and this Wi-Fi as already mentioned, Bluetooth and all that. So it's great really. The phone, I think really I have nothing much to complain about this phone except that unfortunately it's not a smartphone. Yeah, and they finally fixed a lot of the issues that they had that were pretty major on this particular phone, and I really liked it. And even their widgets has been improved. Now you can actually have 3 different screens with 3 different wallpapers.
Right, you can change the wallpaper, any photos you like.
Yeah, and then of course the good old stuff is here. Yeah,
should be backwards compatible, right?
Yeah, most of the old widgets should be around in this one. So yeah, and then they added the messaging button here as well, so it's really good.
Right.
So that was the Samsung Jet, brand new TouchWiz UI non-smartphone by Samsung. We really like it because they fixed a lot of the problems and a lot of user interface problems that they had with the previous TouchWiz phones, and we don't have much to complain about it anymore. And it's pretty affordable as well, $398 with a 2-year contract with Singtel. Yeah, so if you have any questions you want to ask us, Gear65 at tech65.org, that's our email address, and www.tech65.org, that's our website. Alright, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.